Did you know that abandoned trucks are sometimes repurposed and transformed into unique living spaces or artistic installations? From forgotten highways to secluded lots, these silent behemoths bear witness to untold stories, hidden treasures, and enigmatic secrets waiting to be uncovered. As we explore the fascinating world of abandoned semi-trucks and the mysteries they carry, come along on an interesting adventure. But before getting started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a big thumbs up. Cargo containing contraband. Along a peaceful lane rests a forgotten semi-truck, presumably abandoned. Authorities may find, during an investigation, a hidden hold of illicit activity, such as stacks of stolen equipment that are just ready to be transported down the criminal pipeline, or bundles of illegal substances like drugs that are meticulously placed in lawful cargo. These findings aren't simply cinematic sequences. They reflect actual problems that law enforcement organizations throughout the world are now facing. Abandoned vehicles may contain valuable items that were gained through fraud or theft, as well as drugs like cocaine, heroin, or methamphetamine. Sadly, in very severe situations, it has been discovered that abandoned vehicles include human trafficking victims, illuminating the darker aspects of modern abuse. These kinds of discoveries set off complex investigations that include information collecting, monitoring assessments, and forensic examination. Law enforcement officers meticulously untangle the network of links that resulted in the truck's abandonment. They often track routes, look through shipping records, and collaborate with foreign authorities to break up criminal organizations. In order to ensure that justice is served and communities are protected from the dangers of the contraband trade, satellite monitoring, blockchain ledgers, and data analytics have all evolved into essential tools for unlocking the mysteries disguised within abandoned vehicles. Financial troubles. These once essential trucks may turn into mute witnesses to the hard realities that the trucking business and its stakeholders must deal with during downturns or corporate bankruptcy. Giving up a truck is not a choice that is made lightly very frequently. It may be the final option for trucking firms that are on the verge of going bankrupt, a symbolic surrender in the face of overwhelming debt, contract expiration, or rising operating expenses. In a same vein, independent contractors may have to give up their rigs because to unpaid bills, maintenance costs, or even personal financial difficulties. The abandoned vehicles lying over parking lots and highways tell a larger story about the financial difficulties facing the transportation industry. They represent lower consumer spending, shattered supply networks, and the knock-on impacts of international market instability. Every abandoned vehicle has a tale to tell about aspirations postponed, jobs lost, and the fortitude needed to weather rough economic conditions. Environmental hazards. Consider a situation in which flammable or corrosive materials were originally transported by an abandoned tanker truck. Neglect or outside pressures might cause a breach in its storage tanks, which could result in a catastrophic spill. What was the outcome? Tainted soil, contaminated streams, and the potential for air pollution in the event that volatile substances evaporate into the sky. Another frequent result of abandoned vehicles is fuel leaks, which can have serious repercussions. In addition to immediately endangering neighboring towns' drinking water supplies and harming ecosystems, a burst fuel tank spewing gasoline or diesel can also seep into groundwater. Such catastrophes might have long-lasting ecological effects that need considerable cleanup and environmental recovery. Since the environmental authorities are fully aware of these concerns, they react quickly in the event that abandoned vehicles with hazardous products are found. To reduce pollution and safeguard the environment, specialized teams are sent out with protective clothing and containment techniques. To protect ecosystems and public health, cleanup operations may include soil remediation, water filtering, and air quality monitoring. Missing persons or criminal cases. Imagine a situation where a vanished truck becomes the center of attention for a person who has gone missing. Investigators go over its inside carefully, looking for any information that may help solve the mystery surrounding the disappearance of a driver or passenger. Rebuilding the sequence of events leading up to abandonment can be facilitated by the use of electronic logs, papers, and personal belongings found within the vehicle, which can supply crucial timestamps and routes. Abandoned vehicles may be connected to criminal activities under darker circumstances. They might be used as vehicles for illegal goods being transported across borders, or they could be used as temporary storage for stolen items before they are distributed illegally. In the worst cases, they may even include evidence of human trafficking, in which the possessions of the victims or forensic evidence found within the truck are vital in the prosecution of those responsible and the pursuit of victim justice. DNA samples, fingerprints, and other traces of evidence discovered in and around the abandoned vehicle are examined by forensic specialists. Experts in digital forensics examine the truck's electronic systems, perhaps revealing GPS data or conversation logs that shed light on the participants or illegal activity, health and safety violations. Upon inspection, authorities may discover a horror show of improper temperature control, expired products, and unsanitary conditions. This scenario is not just a logistical failure, but a potential health hazard, as contaminated or spoiled goods can lead to foodborne illnesses, posing risks to consumers and tarnishing the reputation of responsible businesses. Furthermore, abandoned trucks could indicate that some transportation laws that are meant to maintain road safety have been broken. These violations can result in accidents, environmental harm, and supply chain interruptions. Examples of these violations include overloaded cargo that exceeds weight limitations and improper safeguarding of hazardous items. The image of abandoned trucks acting as mute witnesses to these kinds of infractions emphasizes how strict enforcement and industry responsibility are required. Teams of professionals, including food safety experts, environmental health inspectors, and transportation authorities, frequently check abandoned vehicles for health and safety issues. They carefully record any evidence of infractions, gather samples for testing, and evaluate the degree of any possible hazards associated with the abandoned vehicle and its contents. Identity and documentation. A treasure trove of personal items inside an abandoned vehicle may make for moving objects among the dust and sounds of abandonment, providing windows into the lives and tales of those who formerly traveled the roadways. These seemingly insignificant objects, which can include everything from identity cards and travel papers to emotional gifts, can reveal a wealth of information that is essential for solving crimes, running background checks, and assembling stories in investigative projects. Imagine investigators carefully cataloging items discovered within an abandoned truck. A worn-out wallet containing a driver's license, receipts from roadside diners marking pit stops along a journey, a diary capturing fleeting thoughts and emotions, or a family photo tucked away in a glove compartment. Each item holds a thread of identity, a clue waiting to be woven into a larger tapestry of understanding. These personal items have great importance in instances of missing people's inquiries. They give authorities hard connections to missing people, enabling them to verify identities, create timelines, and investigate possible causes or situations. These objects can provide crucial leads for tracking down missing people or detecting suspicious activity when subjected to forensic investigation, which includes fingerprinting, DNA testing, and digital forensics on electronic devices. Similarly, records discovered in abandoned vehicles might provide information about the identities and histories of people connected to the vehicle during criminal investigations or background checks. Accidents and mechanical failures. Mechanical failures, too, can lead to the abandonment of trucks. A blown tire, engine malfunction, or brake failure can transform a routine journey into a harrowing ordeal. These incidents not only jeopardize the safety of drivers and passengers, but also pose risks to other road users and surrounding environments. Understanding the root causes of such failures, be it inadequate maintenance, manufacturing defects, or environmental factors, is crucial for preventing future accidents and ensuring transportation systems operate reliably. They start conversations about the condition of the infrastructure, the effectiveness of safety procedures, and the requirement for constant advancements in the standards of vehicle design and maintenance. Road safety-related regulations, industry best practices, and public awareness campaigns are all influenced by the insights gained from these occurrences. Mechanical engineers, safety specialists, and crash investigators work together to examine maintenance logs, analyze wreckage patterns, and do structural evaluations. These investigations identify potential underlying problems that may have contributed to the incident, in addition to identifying the occurrence's direct causes. Historical and cultural significance. Imagine finding an abandoned old truck from the middle of the 20th century. its aged paint and faded symbols telling stories of a different period in transportation. These finds represent live examples of past generations' inventiveness, skill, and industrial might, rather than just rust-related artifacts. They operate as time capsules, conserving engineering marvels, manufacturing processes, and design aesthetics that influence the development of transportation and logistics. Abandoned trucks also offer insights into historical transportation practices and infrastructural developments. They may bear marks of regional or international trade routes, showcasing the interconnectedness of economies and cultures. Studying these vehicles provides a glimpse into the challenges faced by early drivers, the evolution of road networks, and the adaptation of vehicles to varying terrains and climates. Moreover, abandoned trucks can carry cultural significance tied to specific communities, industries, or historical events. A truck abandoned near a mining town might symbolize the boom and bust cycles of extractive industries, while one left on a rural farm may speak of agricultural traditions and rural livelihoods. Artifacts found within these trucks, such as tools, signage, or personal items. Preservation efforts for significant abandoned trucks often involve collaborations between heritage organizations, museums, and restoration enthusiasts. As we leave behind the echoes of abandoned highways and rusting metal, let us carry with us a sense of curiosity, empathy, and awareness. The secrets held by abandoned trucks are not just tales of neglect or abandonment, but reflections of broader societal dynamics, environmental concerns, and human experiences.